Hello everyone, today I am here to show you how I spent my money during the month of February. That's right, I have a haul video for you today. I think this is the biggest haul that I've had since getting this channel, and I'm very happy with the list of books that I got to buy this last month. And I think the best way to show you how happy I am is to just go through the list and show you what I bought. And also, there were some books in this list that were actually just given to me, so that also makes it a great haul. Alright, the first one I want to show you is I got the box set of the Mistborn Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. As you know, for the month of January, the first book, Mistborn: The Final Empire, was the Booksplosion book of the month. And I just saw so many people enjoying this book series that I had to start reading it. My husband did actually buy the trilogy in the Kindle version months ago, and he had gotten through the first two books, and so I was able to read it just from what I already had, and I decided that we needed physical copies of this trilogy. So I bought the box set. The Mistborn Trilogy takes place on a planet that is not too different from ours, except that things have gone wrong. There is mist at night that is not really reliant on the weather. It's just night falls, then there it is. The sun is red, plants are brown, and magic exists. And the magic systems created for this world, so much thought was put into them, and it's really an amazing thing to read. It's full of plot twists and will have you on the edge of your seat right until you finish the trilogy. The next book on my list, I was actually present when my best friend bought it. We bought it because it's the name of an author that we both read and love. However, it is not the same author, they just have the same name. The next book is Fine Prey by Scott Westerfeld. This is not the same Scott Westerfeld who wrote the Uglies trilogy, wrote Afterworlds, wrote The Midnighters. It's not the same person. But she decided to buy the book anyway because she thought it had an interesting plotline. And then she found sex in the book. I have no idea what this book is about, but my best friend does not read books with sex in them, so she gave it to me. I'm not necessarily sure if I'm going to read this, but she did give it a good review until she had to put it down. So we'll see what I think about that at a later time. The next book on the list I was actually really excited for. Born of Fury by Sherilyn Kenyon. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I actually read this book last August. The reason I'm only buying it now is because I bought the Kindle version then. The hardback was out, and I really prefer my books to match. Hardcover, softcover, it doesn't matter too much to me so long as they're all the same. So I had to wait for it to come out in paperback to buy the physical copy, and so here it is. This book was extremely amusing to me in that the characters interact so well with each other that it just kind of leaves you laughing through the whole thing. Not to mention, Sherilyn Kenyon is one of my favorite authors. The next couple of books that I picked up are all by the same author. I got a couple of them at Half Price Books, and I got one of them at Walmart. These books are all by Patricia Briggs. I got Wolfsbane by Patricia Briggs, Hunting Ground by Patricia Briggs, and Night Broken by Patricia Briggs. Wolfsbane is the second book in a series that does not take place in this world. It is a fantasy world that Patricia Briggs created, and there are a few books that take place on that world, and this is actually the sequel to one of those books. I do not have the first one, but again, I bought it for Kindle so that I could read her because I love, love, love Patricia Briggs, and so I saw it at Half Price Books. It's one that I didn't have, so I bought it. Hunting Ground. It is book 2 of the Alpha and Omega series. I do have the first book. I just am missing On the Prowl, which has the short story which actually tells how Anna and Charles meet. And last but not least is Night Broken. This is the newest book in the Mercy Thompson novels, and it was the only one in physical copy that I was missing to this point. It finally came out in paperback, so it will match, and it gets to go into the collection. These two books take place in the same world. They are urban fantasy, and mostly, if you couldn't tell, deal with werewolves. The next book on the list also came from Half Price Books. It is The City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This is book 5 in the Mortal Instruments series, and I believe it's the last book that I have read, but I did not own it. I actually managed 2 sittings in Barnes & Noble, and I read the book while sitting there. I look forward to rereading the series and finishing it out. The next book on the list was also a gift from my best friend Heather. She accidentally bought 2 copies and knew that I would love to have one of them. It is a hardback edition of Artemis Fowl and the Atlantis Complex. Artemis Fowl is an evil genius mastermind who is bent on taking money from someone who is not going to expect it, the fairies who live underground. This is the second to last book in the series. It is book 7 in the series, and it is a highly amusing one in which Artemis gets some split personalities, and they are nothing like his real personality. It's quite amusing to read. The next book on the list is kind of the one that I'm most excited for. I saw that the author of this book was doing a book signing in St. Louis, which is where my mom lives. I asked my mom if she could go and get a signed copy because he is one of my favorite authors and I really, really wanted a signed copy of his book. Fortunately, my mom had the time and she took it for me to go and get this book signed. The book I'm talking about is Afterworld by Scott Westerfeld. I have not read this book. I did buy a signed copy from Barnes & Noble for my best friend as her Christmas present, and she absolutely loved it. I am looking forward to reading this book. And then also, this book is signed. Alright, there is one more book on this list of books bought in February, one more book for my haul, and it was one that I was excited for right up until starting this video. I took all of the stickers off my books right before this video. There weren't too many to take off, but this book had one, and it was the price sticker from Barnes & Noble because this book was on sale. I got it for $7 hardback. I thought it was a great deal, and I peel off the sticker to find out exactly why it is so cheap. The book I am talking about is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I'm still excited to have this book in hardback, and it was still $7. However, the sticker was covering one important fact: large print. It's a large print copy. The words are huge. Absolutely huge. So that's kind of sad, but still, it will look just exactly the same sitting on the shelf, so not too worried about it. I got it at a discounted price, and even though I've read the inside cover about what this book is about, I have no idea what's going to happen in it, and I've heard very, very mixed reviews about it, so I'm looking forward to see if I'll like it. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. I have one more video that I'm going to get up for the month of February. Yes, it is late, but I have been busy. If you watched my last video, you will know that I got married this month. It takes a lot of your time to get married. Sorry these videos are coming a little late, but I am putting them out there, and I hope that once I get my new camera that I just ordered, which should be here on Friday, that I'll be able to keep up with these videos a lot more often than I have been doing them. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!